Pick her up in my Mini Cooper. Take her to a small little restaurant, where they serve tiny portions. It's really all about the presentation, Maybe engage in some small talk. Talk about school, what we're minoring in. Maybe after dinner I'll wear some mini hand sanitizer from my pocket. That's key because there's something small coming from my pants. So by the time I get back to my apartment, small's already a thing. It's not that I have a small penis. I'd say it gets great gas mileage. So there's that first joke. Now here are 3 things you can take from that. Number 1, I'm comfortable and confident with my body. I wouldn't make a small penis joke if I wasn't comfortable with that. Number 2, I care about the ladies. I take it real. I keep it real, Number 3, I'm a very clean person. I'm sanitary. So, anyway. I have some things written down. So yeah, I used to have this big handlebar mustache, and Patrick's so mad at me for shaving it. It was really nice. One day I was in Tipsy Turtle, and these girls were staring at it, and so I stopped to say hi. And one of them said, "Hey, I like the mustache. Can I touch it?" And I said, "Yes." And the other one, without asking, grabbed it and ripped it really hard, and it hurt, and I almost hit her in the face. And I said, "Why'd you do that?" And she said, "I'm sorry, I thought it was fake." And so you know what I did? I grabbed her tits as hard as I could. And she said, "Why did you do that?" And I said, "Because I'm drunk and I like boobs." So every time I hear Slim Shady, I'm reminded of my middle school bully. Her name was Marissa Salsada. Alright, so I'm not really much of a sports guy. A lot of my friends watch sports. And so I've been trying to watch football a lot with them lately. And man, I gotta say, I don't know if you've heard of this guy, but that Tom Brady is really good looking. Alright? There's not a guy in here that Tom Brady was like, "Hey, you want to come back to my place?" Nobody in here be like, "No, X number of time Super Bowl MVP Tom Brady, I'm not going to come back to your house and do whatever you want me to do for free." I would. In my apartment, our unit is right next door to the model unit, the model apartment, where they show all the future residents. So it's always clean, it's furnished. And so what I do, if I ever am at Northgate and I have to take a girl home, instead of going into my apartment, I'll just go into the model home, and then we'll fool around, do whatever, and then whenever I wake up crying in the middle of the night, I'll just walk out and then go to my apartment and store it. And that way, it's a win-win for both of us, because then I get to sleep in my bed by myself, which is the way I like it. And when she wakes up, she thinks I'm this very clean, organized, fashionable person with lots of decorations in his apartment. Thank you, that's it. And then I never have to see her. So, and if she ever knocks, I'm not there. So. Nobody's there. So I was walking down the street the other day and I saw a shirt that said, "Remember 9/11." And I thought to myself, yeah, sure, that was one of the worst days in American history. But yes, of course I remember 9/11. I was having a great day before I saw your shirt. But thanks a lot. If that shirt was instead said, "Remember that burger you had last week?" I'd be like, "Yes, thank you. I need to try that again." So marketing for shirts could improve, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm not a sports guy, and since I've been watching football with my friends a lot, I've told them sometimes for the away Aggie games, we come up here to some of the bars and watch football. So I've got my roommate to teach me all that he knows about one specific thing, like let's say blocking in the back, so that whenever that happens and I'm around other people that don't know me, I can put in my 2 cents about that blocking the back, and I know what I'm talking about because I know my roommate knows what he's talking about. And then I appear to everyone that I know about sports, and I'm not a loser. And so, but that's a problem because some guys are like, "Oh yeah, well, did you see that? What do you think about that?" And then whenever they say anything else, I've got to act like I have to go. I'm saying, I'd love to talk about that with you later. I got to get out of here though, and then I just never talk to them ever again. So no one knows that I don't, except for you guys, but don't tell anybody, that I don't know about sports. That's how I try to look cool. A couple weeks ago I said that I love winter because I can wear jackets and it hides the fact that my arms are very skinny and I can't fill out a t-shirt. So I don't know if you noticed how not skinny my arms look right here. But now you will. So my sister is in the Army. She's in California learning Arabic. And she'll be a linguist or something like that, get a lot of money. She came back home last weekend for the first time in like 10 months, and she was telling me this story about one of the higher-ups in the rankings and people that are ahead of her in the military stuff. And she said he's a really small guy, and he's angry all the time, likes to control things, and he's got tiny man syndrome. And I was like, when do you get that? Like, how long do I have? She didn't know. So, people say don't be scared of rejection, don't take it personally, but I have a big problem with rejection because what that person is saying at a very subconscious and primitive level is that they don't want their children to look anything like you. And that hits me where it hurts me. I wrote down something, I can't read it. Anyway, alright, thanks a lot guys, I appreciate y'all laughing at me.